Welcome to your introductory tapes. These tapes will ensure you become a proper judge. As a judge, your primary objective is to ensure they have a life worth living, as well as enacting the agreed principles. A. Ask them what crime they have committed. G. Gauge whether or not what they're saying is the truth. R. Rationalize with them and try to show them why they're wrong. E. Empathize with them and try to sway them to the morally correct side. E. Execute. Ideally, this will not be the case. As a judge, you will be held to a high moral standard and will accept nothing but that. If you do in fact show low morals, you will be terminated. As a judge, you will need to be able to read faces, twitches, anything that can show that they're lying. This is important.
Yep.
Mark, would you please wake up?
Yeah, sorry.
Students, I want you to start asking yourself a question. What is your purpose in life? Judges are paramount to the success of our society. Without judges, we would certainly fall into chaos. So what is the purpose of your life? Jean?
To fulfill our duty as judges.
Precisely. There is no moral quandary here. Each one of us must accept our role without hesitation. We all must stop being selfish and start looking to the future for the betterment of society. Class dismissed. Guys, for homework, finish chapter 5 in our textbook. Mark, can I get a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Mark, I want to give you this book. This helped me tremendously when I was questioning my role as a judge when I was much younger. I hope it helps you. What was that about?
It was nothing. He was just scolding me for falling asleep.
What'd you think about the lecture?
I'm unsure. How about you?
I accepted my role as a judge a long time ago, so.
I guess I'm just not ready yet then.
You'll find out the answer to this question. I'm sure you will. Eventually.
Thanks.
Dear reader, I come to you with a question. Why do we suffer? Is it a prerequisite condition for existing, or something we grow into?
Have a seat. Good morning, students. Mr. Jaspers is no longer with us. My name is Professor Alberts. We will be discussing the different jobs you will inspect as judges. First, we have the firefighter. Let's say a firefighter has a fire extinguisher, an axe, a car instruction manual, and a pair of gloves. Would he pass inspection?
Yeah, he has all the correct equipment in case of an emergency.
Actually, that's incorrect.
And why is that, Gene?
Well, he has no need for an instruction manual. That belongs in the hands of a mechanic. If a fireman was in possession of one, he could go rogue and destroy the needs for mechanics entirely.
How does that make any sense? What if his car broke down or something? Wouldn't that be useful for everyone?
What job then would mechanics have if people started using manuals all by themselves?
Why is it a crime for people to be able to think for themselves?
Okay, look, just admit that Gina's right so we can move on.
But what if, like, there was no more mechanics or something? Like,
Now let's just stop and think logically. Now let's get back to the lesson. A car instruction manual and a pair of gloves.
There's a why to all this. I just have to find out. There are so many things that as the past exists. I want to live life to the fullest. I want to be something, do something. Other place. What would be so wrong with me?
When everything is revolutionary, we were promised all the greatest innovation, all the differences in no hard prices. The latter
I will be happy.
Good morning, class. Today we're going to have a special lesson. We're going to be holding a practical trial. Here we have the case file of someone who has been discovered deviating from their post. I want you three to deliberate and come up with a verdict. There is a right answer.
Evelyn Hirsch, age 30, given occupation as botany professor specializing in plant classification.
On Tuesday, October 12th at 3:43 p.m., Evelyn Hirsch was recorded giving CPR to a student in her lab who had an allergic reaction to one of the plants.
Given the evidence, I'd say she's guilty of deviating from her post. Her job is to teach students about plants, and nowhere in her job description does it say she should perform CPR.
can we really prosecute her over saving someone's life, though?
It's not, you can't think about this in terms of what happened. You have to think about it in terms of what will happen if this behavior is allowed to continue.
How is it that simple to you? Like, it would have been great if she was a qualified doctor, but she saved a life. Can we really condemn her for that?
Okay, but you have to take into account that she robbed a doctor from performing their job.
Exactly. If all teachers started doing CPR, then paramedics would be out of jobs, and they might try to take other people's jobs.
That's insane. Just because you're capable doesn't mean you invalidate someone else's job.
Well, if Evelyn was more focused and better at her job, then the allergic reaction wouldn't have happened in the first place. She must be found guilty and punished accordingly.
She didn't do anything morally wrong, though.
Time is up. You guys, I am very impressed that you came to the correct conclusion. This was in fact a trial that happened a few years ago, and Evelyn was ultimately executed. Well done, truly.
Fred, did you send me this? Fred, what the hell's going on?
Shh. Lower your voice. This is one of the only places around that doesn't have surveillance.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
Just sit. Who I am doesn't matter. It's what I have to offer you. Look, have you ever thought about leaving this place?
No, never, no.
You can drop the act. I know you're not happy here. Have you ever thought about escaping the restraint, the problems, the injustice?
No, I haven't.
Really?
I mean, don't you think we can fix this?
No, not particularly.
But there's gotta be more people like us who are opposed to the system.
Even if there were thousands of people like us, what could we do when millions are a part of the problem?
We could tell stories. Check this out. Well, what do you think?
It's inspiring, but it's not enough.
Well, then what do you suggest we do?
What we do doesn't matter. It's not about what we can do. Look, I've thought about this for a long time, and I've come to the conclusion I'm okay with being a cog in the machine. But you have potential. You're worth more than your assignments. That's why I'm offering you a chance to leave this place.
No, there's gotta be a better solution than just running away.
There may be. That's for you to decide. And look, if you want to stay and fight, go for it. I won't interfere. But if you want to leave Iustitia and lead a new life, meet me tomorrow to the left of the tree. I'll be waiting on the path. Trust yourself, Mark. Good luck.
Mark, a word, please. I just wanted to have a little chat. Do you remember the conversation Mr. Jasper had with you at the beginning of the semester? Let me ask it differently. Let me recount the myth of Sisyphus. There once was a king named Sisyphus who defied the gods. For his hubris, he was punished by being forced to roll a boulder up the hill. However, every time he reached the top of the hill, the boulder would roll down and he was forced to restart.
Yeah, I've heard of Sisyphus before. What's your point?
Do you think he's happy?
Happy, sir?
Well, what else can he have?
Why would he be content with mundane nothingness?
Well, what else can he have?
He could fight for a better future. The boulder may roll down every single time he reaches to the top, but he can still find a solution, right?
Why would he do that? It's pointless.
But there is a point. It may be false hope, but he can still fight for that better outcome.
Do you want green or jasmine tea?
No, I don't want tea.
Suit yourself. You see, Mark, you just made a choice. Did your denial of my tea fulfill you in any way?
I know what you're doing and it won't work.
I think you're perceptive enough to know that you can't tell me what I can and can't do.
What do you want from me?
Have a seat. I just want to talk to you. As one of the leaders of our great nation, it is my responsibility to help those who question their purpose in their life.
I don't need fixing. It's your system that's broken.
Really? Can't you see I've given purpose to this world? Our world is free to progress without people worrying about whether it all matters. As long as everyone is content and believe it matters, they're happy.
Who cares about progress when all you've created are drones? You've just created artificial happiness. That's all.
Does it matter if the happiness is artificial? The fact of the matter is, they are happy. Do you wish to strip them of their purpose, of their happiness?
I wouldn't be stripping them of anything. I would be giving them hope for real happiness for the first time in their lives.
Is that so? Let me pose you a question. If there was a corrupt link in the chain, what would you do?
I'd find my own purpose.
Mark, are you happy?
Me?
It just seems like you aren't happy with your purpose.
Yeah, well, what if I'm not?
Well, I'd say it's best if you started to enjoy it. I don't want you to be stuck unhappy for the rest of your life. Believe it or not, I want what's best for you, and I care about everyone. It's such a shame, really. Anyway, on to today's class. We have another case trial. Elizabeth, wake up, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Class is dismissed. Please read chapter 5 of your textbook.
In the storybook of life you'll find